Welcome back, everyone. I'm Kate Port, your host, and I am joined again by our co-founders, Rodrigo and Peter. Thank you guys for joining. So we're going to talk a little bit about values. Employees are at the core. The people are what make an organization, and every company totes its values and the importance of those. And one of the things that got me to Digibee what were the people, and talking to all of you. And I think many people here at Digibee would say the same thing. So the first thing is congratulations on creating an amazing environment to work on. But the second is, let's talk a little bit about those values. And just for the audience, I'll read what the 8 values that we have here at Digibee are. The first is, we own our shared dream. We are open and candid on what we think. We enjoy the journey and care for each other. We live integration. We lead customers to success. We execute with rigor and at the highest standards. We trust on intelligent hard work to surpass challenges. And we stand out by making knowledge a top priority. A lot of really great things in there. Living integration is a big piece of this. But Rodrigo, I'm going to turn it over to you first by backing it up and saying, how did you come up with these? Everybody wants to know what's the secret to making the sausage, right? So how did it come about?
One of the things that I'm most proud about Digibee is the capacity that this company has to attract great people around us. And in a point of our journey, we've met 2 women that they were great on dealing with people things. And they come to us through one of our investors, and they started to work on helping us to better build some people processes need for this organization. And the very first one that we decided to build was the core values, because that would be the grounds for everything else that would be doing in this organization, right? And we did, at that time, I believe it was 18 months or 2 years ago, not that far, we started a process where we involved the whole organization at that time. So that was not something made by the founders or the leadership team. We wanted to capture what Digibee really was at that time, and it still is. So
now, I'm just going to interrupt you for 1 second, because I think it's an important point of reference. How big was the company? How many employees, roughly? I know you don't know.
120.
Yeah, 120.
120, right? Yeah. So we were just over 100 people, co-located in Brazil, pretty much.
Pretty much.
No funding. Fast forward, we have over 350 employees worldwide, right? I mean, that's an accomplishment in of itself. But if you think about the foundation that we started with, we've more than doubled. We've moved across regions. We've got some money in the bank from our investors, and we're growing like a weed. It's amazing. So pat yourself on the back for that. But I apologize for interrupting, but I think the scale is important. So go back. So we said we got these women, we got them brought in, and they were helping to define our values through our employees.
So we did a very complete project where we researched everybody. We got everybody together to write it down. So imagine we have this 100 plus people being split in groups and helping to write and better describe the words with Phil. So that was a process. That was not something that just came out of the blue. No, there was science behind those two. And I like to talk about science, right? This is a company made by engineers, so everything is about science. And we came up with that. And I feel that that's a very real reflect of what we are. And I'm so satisfied with what we have now.
I mean, they're very, very powerful. I know how important word choice is to everyone here at Digibee, particularly the founders. So what's your favorite one?
We enjoy the journey and care for each other. Kate, I know this is my baby, but I can't wait for Mondays to come. I love Mondays these days. So we need to be happy. We need to enjoy what we are doing. And we are building something. It's so great. And we are building something with people. Digibee has absolutely no asset but our intellectual property and our people. And guess who are building our intellectual property, right? So we have to enjoy the journey and care for each other. We want to take the best of each one of our team, of our investors, of our customers. We have to take care. We have to win trust from everybody. And that's why I particularly like that one. Everybody that knows me knows how I am, a party like guy. I like to have everybody together. I have everybody to bring everybody my place and we can celebrate every single thing that we do. So that's a little bit about it. We have to enjoy the journey and we have to care with each other. So that's my
Yeah,
favorite.
I love that one. We talk about that with my team all the time, right? Not every day is going to be easy, but you got to enjoy what you're doing. And if you're not, got to figure out what's going to make you motivated. But I think collectively we've built an organization that really enjoys the work that they're doing, the contributions that they're making. You can see the work that you're doing. So I love that's your top one is all about the people. Peter, what about you? I think I have an idea, but I'm curious what you think.
Kate, I'm a builder, right? I build things. Well, I got passionate about computers since I was a kid. I built my first systems with 12 years, 12 years old. So I like to build great things, and DGB was that opportunity, right? Of course, I built great things throughout my life. I was happy to have a great career where I could accomplish great things. But actually, DGB was that real first thing that I did myself, that I built together with these friends for life from scratch, right? And I like to build things with rigor. And I'm happy that we have rigor there in our core values. Rigor can be, so I'll say out loud, we execute with rigor and at the highest standards, right? Rigor can sound like a bad word, like you're too rigorous, or maybe it's something like that. It can sound like you are demanding too much, but I choose to see it in a different way. I choose to see in a way that when you set up yourself to do something, do it. Go all in. Study it. Dissect it. Go to the last bit that you can so you really understand what you're talking about. Customers appreciate that. Your peers appreciate that because they will learn from you. And you'll be successful by doing that, right? And that's how we build the platform. That's how we applied a lot of the scientific approach that Rodrigo was talking about. That's how we are serving so many customers very successfully today, and we're very proud of that, right? So I choose to see rigor as a great thing, as something that we should follow, right? And I'm happy it's there, and I'm happy that I see people talking and discussing that on a day-to-day basis, right? And one thing that I remember once we ran this program, right? One of the great things about having core values is that it helps you decide. Once you come across a very important thing and you don't know how to decide, go back to your core values. Take a look at them. They will guide you through that hard decision. And I'm happy that all our core values have helped us throughout these years, right? So, yeah, this is a little bit on how I see the core values. I expanded your question a little bit, and the one I like most, which is executing with rigor.
I love it. And yes, that was the one I had in my brain, but I didn't want to lead our audience. I think it's so great to hear from both of you. It's nice to look back and to say, oh yeah, where were we at that time, right? What was going on? What was the company like? And there's still very real today and very applicable to what's going on. We absolutely live integration here at Digibee. Everyone, there are connections all over the place. Once again, right, we're able to have events like this where we're talking and building and participating. We've broken out as many of those silos as we can, and it's something that we watch out for all the time here at Digibee. But once again, the people are our greatest asset. And thank you both for building a great company. I think we're all very happy to be a part of it. And anyone considering joining Digibee, come on, we'll welcome you in. We'll make your Mondays exciting again. And thank you both for joining. I think that was a really good topic for us to have. So I appreciate having you once again. And thank you all for joining our podcast today.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Kate. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Thanks again, Kate. Looking forward to the next one.